Okay, so everybody guys go ahead and stand up. And watching, I'm going to actually make sure we are spotlit here. All right, cool. Okay, and let's do what Instructor Marie is doing. Okay, ready? Everybody go ahead and begin.
Jumping jacks. Good, keep going, keep going. Try to see if you can have your hands touch at the top. Good job, guys.
Good job, Bowie. Unfortunately, Ziggy's not doing jumping jacks.
Yeah. I don't think jumping jacks are Ziggy's thing.
They could be. Nice.
Keep going, keep going.
Way to go, Rex.
Let's keep going, do a few more.
Go, Joey, go. Go, Joey, go. Joey ran away. Go, go.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Go, Reese, go.
Go, good. Don't stop. All right, and jogging. Jogging in place.
Jogging.
Jogging in place. Good, keep going, keep jogging in place.
Good job, good job. Keep going,
Keep going, keep going. Good. All right. And now let's sprint. Go fast. Go fast. Keep going. Good job, guys. Keep going fast. You guys are all probably faster than me. I'm pretty slow. Keep going. Good. Keep going, keep going. Fast, 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 as fast as you can. And slow down, normal jogging. Good. Try to keep your hands up when you do this. And now let's do sliding in place. So try not to hit anybody that might be in the room with you or any objects. We're just gonna do one slide, stop. One slide, stop. Also, keep your hands up when you do this. Good.
Good. Slide, stop. Slide, stop. Slide, stop. Slide, stop. Very good, everybody. Keep your hands up. Hands up in fists. Very good.
Keep going, keep going. Good job. All right, and now shuffle. So 2 shuffles. Shuffle, shuffle, stop. Shuffle, shuffle, stop. There. Good. Don't let your feet touch for this one. Keep going, keep going. Good job, guys. Shuffle, shuffle. Good. All right, and back to jogging. And let's do one more sprint. Go fast, go fast. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Keep going, keep going. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Good job, guys. Sprint, 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 sprint. All right. And let's stop. And everybody have a seat and we'll start our stretching. Butterflies. Count after me. Hana. Dual.
Dual.
Set.
Set.
Net.
Net.
Tassa.
Tassa.
Yassa.
Yassa.
Irigoff.
Go.
Yedin.
Yedin.
Ahoff.
Ahoff.
Yer.
Yo.
And have both your legs out in front of you.
Good. Make sure you're stretching, everybody. We want to see you stretch. This is good for your
reach
core and
for
your
feet.
technique.
If you can't touch your feet, that's okay. You can grab your ankles, but keep your back straight and reach as far as you can. Keep your knees straight too.
Again, it's okay if you can't touch your toes now. Try your shins. As long as your back is straight and you're leaning forward, that's what we want to see. Pull your toes back, everybody. Pull your toes back.
And
Good.
Hana.
Hana.
Dual.
Dual.
Set.
Set.
Net.
Net.
Tassa.
Tassa.
Yassa.
Tassa.
Irigoff.
Go.
Yedin.
Well done, Adyayan.
Ahoff.
Ahoff.
Yo.
Yo.
All right, and splits.
Splits again. It's okay if you can't go wide. Try to see if you could keep your back straight and you're bending at the waist. Make sure you're sitting not on the top part of your bum, but the bottom part, all right?
Lean forward,
Toes up.
and Hana.
Hana.
Dual.
Dual.
Set.
Set.
Net.
Net.
Tassa.
Tassa.
Yassa.
Yassa.
Irigoff.
Go.
Yedin.
Yedin.
Ahoff.
Ahoff.
Yo.
Yo.
And reach for one foot. And Hana.
Hana.
Dual.
Dual.
Set.
Set.
Net.
Net.
Tassa.
Tassa.
Yassa.
Yassa.
Irigoff.
Go.
Yedin.
Yedin.
Ahoff.
Ahoff.
Yo.
Yo.
And other side. Hana.
Hana.
Dual.
Dual.
Set.
Set.
Net.
Net.
Tassa.
Tassa.
Yassa.
Yassa.
Irigoff.
Go.
Yedin.
Yedin.
Ahoff.
Ahoff.
Yo.
Yo.
And one more time, see if you can spread your legs apart just even half an inch. That's usually all I can do. And one more time, down the middle. Reach and Hana.
Hana.
Dual.
Dual.
Set.
Set.
Net.
Net.
Tassa.
Tassa.
Yassa.
Yassa.
Irigoff.
Here you go.
Yedin.
Yedin.
Ahoff.
Ahoff.
Yo.
Yo.
All right, and sit on your knees. And up and down through your head. And side to side. Oops, this side to side. And the other side to side. All right, and child's pose. So try to keep your bottom on your feet and lean forward, arms straight out. Hana. Dual. Set. Net. Tassa. Yassa. Irigoff. Yedin. Ahoff. Yo. All right, good job, guys. Everybody stand up. Last week we went over our blocks and some of our punches. Now we're gonna combine those. So let's say that there's someone here that is trying to attack me and I want to be able to defend myself and then strike back. Those are traditionally called, what were called one-steps. It was just a sequence of moves that were used to help teach self-defense. So the idea is I can do either one thing to block, and then I can come in and do several things, or I can just do a block and then one strike to defend myself. So for today, we're just going to work on a block followed by just a strike. All right, so we have, let's review our blocks really quick. So horseback riding stance, here, hands down here. We have, do them with me, high block and high block. We have low block, low block. We have in block, and then we have out block. There, those are the 4 blocks we're going to focus on for this. So what we're going to do is start with a block. So we're going to start with our high block, and then we're going to do a front kick first. So just high block, front kick. And we'll do that a couple times just to get this, and then we'll move on from there. So high block, front kick, high block, front kick. Good. High block and front kick. And switch sides. High block, front kick, high block, front kick. Good. High block, front kick. And switch sides. Down block, front kick, down block, front kick, down block, front kick, and down block, front kick. And switch sides. Down block, front kick, down block, front kick, down block, front kick, down block, front kick. And now switch sides. In block, front kick, in block, front kick, in block, front kick, in block, front kick. Good. And switch sides. In block, front kick, in block, front kick, in block, front kick, in block, front kick. All right, and our last ones, switch sides one last time. So out block, front kick, out block, front kick, out block, front kick, out block, front kick. Switch sides. Out block, front kick, out block, front kick, out block, front kick, and last one, out block and front kick. All right, good job, guys. One thing I didn't point out, but I'm going to point out now. We have, you guys I'm sure you guys already know this, front hand, back hand. For right now, the front hand is the one that's closer to the camera. The back hand is the one that's further from the camera. When I do these blocks, I want to make sure that I'm blocking with my front hand here, and then I'm striking with my back leg. So if I do this the opposite, where I come in and try to do my block, let's say I try to do an in block with my back hand, then what can I do? I'm a little tied up. I can't use this arm very well to punch. And I'm gonna have trouble. These front leg kicks are not usually as strong as the back leg kick. So we want to make sure that we're trying to use our front arm for the block and then our back arm for the strike, or back side of this half for the strike. All right, now we're gonna do these again. You can do whatever kick you want. So high block, and then you can do a round kick, or we'll do a high block and a side kick, or a high block and a hook kick, It's up to you. Whatever kick you want to do. All right, let's try that. And high block, and kick. And high block, and kick. And Instructor Owen, if you want to provide commentary and help him out, that'd be great. High block, and kick. And high block,
Make sure you
and
face
kick.
you the whole time, though. Don't spin around.
And high block, and kick. And high block, and kick.
Cool, good job, Jackson.
And high block, and kick. And high block, and kick. Good. Now the other side, switch sides. High block, and kick. High block, and kick.
Good job, Odin.
And
Great.
high block, and kick. And high block, and kick. Good. High block, and kick.
Good job, Bowie.
High block, and kick. And high block, and kick. Good. And last one, high block, and kick.
Very good.
All right. And switch now, other side. Low block. Low block, and kick. Good. You guys are all doing so awesome. Low block, and kick. Low block, and kick.
Good job. Good kicks, Rex.
Low block, and kick. Low block,
Low block
and kick.
and kick.
Very good.
And low block, and kick. Good. And switch sides. Low block, and kick.
Nice.
Low block, and kick. Low block, and kick. Low block, and kick. Keep
And
your
kick.
hands up,
Black
guys.
belt focus, black belt focus. Go, go, go.
Low block, and kick. And low block, and kick.
Very
Have we
good.
switched sides on the low blocks? I think we have. Yes? All right. Switch sides. In block, and kick.
Now remember with the in block, you want to have it come across your body. All right? So make sure that that block is coming across. And remember, my fist is turned this way, not that. That's out block. Out block, in block. Good. So make sure it comes across and kick. Continue.
All right. In block, and kick. 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 In block,
In block.
and kick.
Nice.
Good. In block, and kick. And in block, and kick. And
Nice.
switch sides.
Good job.
In block, and kick. In block, and kick. In block, and kick. In block, and kick.
Nice.
In block, and kick. And in block, and kick. All right, and last time, switch sides. We're gonna do our out blocks. Out block, and kick. Out block, and kick. out block, and kick. Out block, and kick. And out block, and kick. And the other side.
Good job, Anaya. Those are great.
Out block. Last time, guys. Out block and kick. And show us your best blocks and your best kicks. Out block and kick.
Nice.
Out block and kick.
Good job.
Out block and kick. Out block and kick. And out block and kick. Good job, guys. All right, remember, don't forget to mark this on your attendance tracking sheet so that you get credit for this class for our next belt test.
All right, cool. Okay, so how's everybody doing? So I got a story for you guys, okay? So this actually happened to me when I was growing up. I think I was probably 8 or 9 years old. But when I was growing up, I grew up in Idaho. And one of my closest friends, he's actually still one of my closest friends to this day, is my cousin. His name is Lynn. He is actually a professor of philosophy over in New York. But when he and I grew up together, we were best friends. We went everywhere together. We did all sorts of things together. His house, he had a really cool house. Their backyard, it was a really big backyard. And then at the very end of it, there was a ditch. And this ditch, you could go down. It was like 10 to 15 feet. You'd climb down. And then at the bottom of this, there was this little creek, this little stream. And in this ditch, there were trees that would grow out of it. There were cattails. There's brush. There's a whole bunch of stuff. And so my cousin and I would go back there and play, and we'd have a lot of fun back there. We'd build forts. We'd climb the trees. We'd do all sorts of things. The stream wasn't large enough to go swimming in, but it was still really cool to play around. There were frogs. There were some snakes. There were all sorts of insects and bugs. We just loved going back there and climbing the trees and playing there. Well, one day, was there with my cousin. I asked my cousin, well, where does the stream go? It goes that way. Have you ever been back that way? And he said, no, I haven't been back there. I'm like, well, why don't we go exploring? And he said, well, no, we're not supposed to. My parents said that we can only stay in our property and we can't go farther than that one tree. And I said, well, they're not here. Why don't we just keep going and let's go exploring for a little bit? We'll be back in a little bit. And so he wasn't happy about it, but he went along with it, okay? So we started going down this creek, and we started trying to explore a bit. And we got to a spot where there's a little bit of water and there was some mud. So the main stream was going this way, but there's still a little bit of water. And to get across, we were gonna have to cross and step in this water. And it was only a couple inches deep. It wasn't that deep, and we figured, well, I'll just step and then get across, right? Well, when I stepped, my foot sunk into the mud. And I mean, I sunk all the way up to my thigh. And then I took my next step because I was falling and my other foot sunk into the mud. So it wasn't like quicksand. I wasn't gonna keep sinking. I stopped. But now I was covered almost up to my waist in mud. My shoes were completely covered in mud, right? So I climbed out of it, and then I got out, and my cousin said, we need to go back. And I said, well, I'm already here. I'm already muddy. Why don't we just go a little bit farther? He's like, well, how am I gonna get across? And I was like, well, try running on the side, because again, there's a little bit of a steep wall. Why don't you try running and seeing if you can jump off that? And he did, he tried it, and he jumped, and one foot hit in the water and got in the mud, but he did roll and made it across, but his one shoe got covered in mud, okay? And he got mad because these are new shoes. He liked these new shoes, and now they're really dirty, they might be ruined, okay? But we kept going. And so we started going, and now there was all this brush and there were these trees, and we had to climb through to keep going. And so we started climbing across this tree to get to where we needed to go. It was the only path that we could take. And the tree, I later found out, was called a Russian olive. Now, Russian olives have big spines on them, okay? If you guys have ever seen roses, roses have thorns on them, right? Spines are even longer, okay? So this tree, it looks like a fairly normal tree. It's a pretty tree, but it's not a good tree to climb in, okay? I didn't know that. So I started climbing across to get over this thing, and there was a spine, and it caught me. It caught my shirt. And it poked me a little bit. It didn't hurt me that much, but it ripped my shirt. And I made it across, and my cousin was reaching across at the same time, and he was reaching, and he didn't see it, and his arm got poked by the spike, and it got him. And he started bleeding, and it hurt, obviously, right? Now, he was okay, but he now was even more mad, and he said, that's it. We need to turn around. We need to go home. Okay, so we turned around. I'm covered in mud. My shirt's ripped. My cousin's shoe, is covered in mud, and he's bleeding, right? And we're going back to his house, and I'm sitting there going, oh boy, we're gonna get in big trouble. And we get back to the house, and his mom comes out, and my cousin goes to his mom, and his mom starts bandaging him out, takes him. My uncle comes out, his dad, and obviously they don't want me to come into the house because I'm covered in mud, right? And my uncle, it's summertime, he said, well, why don't we go out and get you hosed off with the garden hose? And so we went out, and I started washing off. And my uncle says, Jason, do you know why I didn't want you guys to go exploring past our property? And I said, no, not really. And he goes, because I don't want you guys to ever have fun. And I said, really? He goes, no, you knucklehead. I want you to have fun. When I was your age, I went exploring, I would climb trees, I'd go down in ditches all the time. I do this stuff all the time, okay? But here's the thing, where our house is now, when I was a boy, this wasn't a house. There wasn't a house here. This was all a field, and there were cows in this field. And all the houses around us, there weren't houses around here, there were just fields, okay? And there were, the fields had fences to stop the cattle, to keep them in their place. And these fences would have to go down into the ditch and then go across so that the cows, again, would stay in that area. Well, later, as more and more people started moving to this part of Idaho, that area for cattle, they started moving the cattle out and they started building houses. So those fences got torn down. Those fences were barbed wire fences. If you guys know what barbed wire fence is, it's wire with spikes on it, okay? It can be dangerous. You don't want to climb over those fences, okay? Well, they tore down those fences, but guess what? In the ditches, those fences stayed up. Now they're really old, they're rusty. Plants have grown over them, so you don't always see them. My uncle knew that later on down there were those fences, and my cousin and I wouldn't have necessarily seen those. We could have gotten hurt. Also, my uncle knew that there were some Russian olives. He knew those trees had spines on them. Now, in his backyard where the ditch was, there were good trees. There were willows, there were other trees, and it's not that Russian olive is a bad tree, it's just not a good tree to climb in, right? Okay. So my uncle knew down that way there are trees that have spines, there's barbed wire fence, it's just not safe to play. So the reason he was telling us, he told my cousin, don't go back there, wasn't because he wanted us to not have fun. It's because he knew what was back there. He knew it was dangerous. And so he was telling me, the reason why I'm telling you this isn't because I don't want you guys to have fun. It's not because I want to punish you guys. It's because I've lived longer than you. I've learned from experience. The first time I climbed a Russian olive, I got a thorn. I hit my hand and it hurt. And I learned, don't climb that tree. I know what that type of tree is. Okay? That experience, he wanted to pass on to me. He wanted to pass on to my cousin. Right? So the reason that I'm telling you guys all this is this. My uncle wasn't mad at me. It was a really good learning experience for me. Okay? Why do your parents tell you to do things or not do things? Your parents don't wake up in the morning and go, okay, I can't wait to ground my kid today. It's going to be a lot of fun. They don't do that. Okay? They don't wake up wanting to punish you guys. That's not how this works, right? Okay? They want you guys to be happy. They want you guys to have fun. Okay, all right, what happened to our video?
We're good.
All right, we're good. All right, they want us to have fun, so somebody is drawing on this. Okay, that's all right. Let's come back to this. So if you should be able to still hear me. So our parents are doing this because they want us to have fun. They want us to have a good time. They also know things. They know things that are good for us. They know things that are potentially dangerous for us. So when they tell us to do something, they're telling us because they have experience. They've lived through things, and they're trying to pass that experience to us. If they tell us do this or don't do this, they know from their life why we should or shouldn't do that. We don't always know that. My cousin and I didn't know what was down that creek. We had no idea. Okay? So that's the point, is we need to listen to our parents, not because our parents tell us these things, but because they're smart, because they have a lot of experience, and they want to pass that experience to us. And it's important one day that you guys get that experience and pass it to your kids, or pass it to other family members or other friends. Does that make sense? Okay? So that's a story, okay? That's a really good thing. I want you guys knowing, again, a lot of the rules that your parents put there's a reason There's a reason they're in place, okay? Okay.
Hello. All right, we've got another core workout for you here today. So to start off, we're going to look at a pose from yoga called down dog or downward facing dog. So if you've ever seen a dog, usually when they greet someone, they'll stretch their front legs out and put their chest really low down to the ground. So that's what we're trying to do in this pose. And for this one and the next 3 poses that we're doing, we're going to be focusing on keeping our shoulders active in addition to working on our core and our back. So what I mean by shoulders active is I usually have kind of bad posture. My shoulders are really round. So what you want to think about is pulling your shoulders back and tucking your chin in towards your spine. So that makes a lot of muscles in my back fire that I don't usually fire, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. So as we move through all of these positions, try to keep your shoulders down and active. So another thing to think about when we're in this downward dog position is when you bring your hands up, your shoulders kind of tend to go into your ears. This is not a great position for your shoulders a lot of the times, especially in martial arts when we're punching. So what you want to think about is bringing your shoulders down and lifting your chest up. So see how now there's more space between my shoulder and my neck. So think about that as we're doing down dog and later when we're doing extensions. Think about keeping that shoulder down. All right, let's get started. So to get into down dog, you can start in a bad plank position with your hips too high. And then you're going to push your hips back, push the ground away from you in front, and stretch your heels down. You can walk your feet out, go right, left, to push your heels into the mat. Should get you a very good calf stretch, and you can stretch your hamstrings too if you push your hips back even further. So think about that shoulder activation. I'm not letting my shoulders fall into my ears, pulling my shoulders down and stretching my chest and my face towards the ground. All right, let's hold here for a few breaths. And now let's try making a 3-legged dog. So you're going to pick one leg up, try to point it straight behind you and activate that glute. Think about keeping your shoulders strong just like before. And switch. One leg down, other leg up, point your toes, stretch your leg towards the ceiling, and reach your face towards the ground. Very good. So that's a quick little intro to downward facing dog. And now we're going to look at a high table position. So you've got your knees and your hands on the ground like this. And we're going to lift one leg behind, point your toe, make your leg nice and straight, and pick up your opposite arm and stretch it out this way. So think about that same shoulder activation. I'm not going to reach and let my shoulder collapse. I'm going to pull my shoulder down and leave it active. So I'll switch sides so maybe you can see that better. This is where I want my shoulder, where I'm pulling my back together and keeping my back active. I'm pulling this shoulder to my opposite hip. So if I reach out too far and let my shoulder slip out of position, it looks more like this. So this is bad. Shoulder active here is good. So let's do a couple of those together. So one leg up behind, point it, activate your hip, and activate your shoulders, and leave those shoulders active as you slowly bring your hand forward, and just balance here. Try to stretch out even farther, but don't lose that nice active feeling in your shoulder. And down, and we'll switch. Other leg, active hip, arm up, shoulders active, and balance. And switch. Leg up, arm up, stretch. Keep everything nice and active. And we'll switch again. And down. So now we're going to add another motion to that. It's called the mountain climber. So you're going to touch your elbow to your knee underneath you while you're in that table position. So same exact thing to start. Lift a leg, lift an arm, nice and active. And then you're going to keep everything active as you slowly move and touch elbow to knee. Extend back out and switch. Up, activate, Keep everything active. And touch. Elbow to knee. And straighten out. Do 2 more. Stretch, active. And touch. And extend. And down. Extend. Touch. Extend. And down. Good job. So now that we know that motion, we're going to try it in a elbow plank too. So we're going to get even lower. Use even more core to have to stabilize. But first, let's take a break from that motion. So I'm going to fold my mat over so that I have a little extra padding, because we're going to come down on our elbows now for a side plank. And we're going to do some dips. So start up here nice and high and come down and up, down and up. That's 2. Down and up. 3, down. 4 and 5. Good job. Now let's switch sides. Meet at the top and down. 1, down. 2, down. 3, down. 4, down. 5. Good job. All right, now we're going to do a low elbow plank facing the ground and do some lifts to warm up, leg lifts, and then we'll add the mountain climber motion in. All right, so find your low plank and lift the leg up. Keep your hip active and your toe pointed, and switch. And switch. So now we're going to add the arm lift and the mountain climber. Extend, down, switch sides, extend, touch, extend, down, out, in, out, and down, out, in, out, and down. 2 more, out, touch, out, and down. Last one, out, touch, out, and down. All right, good job. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Working on our next meditation video. Let's go ahead and get started. So find a comfortable spot to sit. Stretch your spine up big and tall. Find a nice comfortable spot for your hands where they can stay quiet and still for the rest of our exercise. And allow your eyes to close and let your face stay nice and relaxed. And here, let's just take 3 big deep breaths in and out through our nose. Ready? Go. Good job. Hopefully you're feeling a little more relaxed now. So for this next exercise, we're going to pay a little more specific attention just to our breath. So I want you to think about where in your body you feel your breath most today. Maybe you feel it in your stomach, rising and falling as you breathe in and out, or maybe your chest is lifting, or maybe you notice it most in your nose. You feel air coming in and out your nose. So all of those are just fine. Just pay attention to where you notice your breath the most today. So stretch your spine up straight, relax your shoulders, allow your eyes to close, and begin. Alright, good job. So take a moment and think about where you felt your breath the most during those breaths. Today I felt it most in my nose. I felt the air going in and out rather than the tips of my nostrils. So next, we're going to talk a little bit about why we even do this meditation stuff in the first place. So first of all, there is going to be some meditation on our belt test this time. So putting meditation on a test is kind of interesting because there's no way that we can pick your brain open and look inside and make sure that you're doing it right. So that is up to you guys. It's up to you to show black belt focus and make sure that you're practicing, maybe not really hard, but practicing really smart, making sure that you're doing these exercises right. So what we can watch on the test and make sure you're doing right is, can you keep your spine upright and strong while you're breathing, and keep your shoulders relaxed, and can you find a nice place for your hands, and can your hands be still the whole time while you're meditating, and not play with your belt or pick on your knees or anything. So the other trick that we can show you is, a lot of times when I say close your eyes, people go like this and they scrunch their eyes up really tight, and that's kind of not what we're trying to do. We're trying to make everything relaxed. So when I scrunch my eyes up like this, they're actually pretty tense. So maybe a better way to think about it is just close your eyes softly, or allow your eyes to close on their own. So that might look more like this. And it's a lot easier to keep your spine upright and keep your good posture when your eyes are closed and relaxed. So those are some of the things you can focus on while we're practicing to make sure you do a good job on the belt test. Alright, moving on to our next exercise. Let's focus on not so much your breath this time, but we're going to see if we notice any other feelings in your body. So you might notice that your arms or your legs feel hot or cold. You might notice gravity pulling you down into the floor. You might notice some pressure where your ankles are crossed or your legs are crossed. All those things are just fine to notice, and anything else you notice is great too. But just pay attention to all the different feelings in your body right now. Alright, stretch your spine up, relax your shoulders, allow your eyes to close, and begin. Alright, very good job. So take a moment and think back and remember all of the feelings that you felt during those breaths, all the feelings in your body. And for our last exercise, this is your choice. You can do whatever you want. So you can do one of the exercises we've done today, either just focusing on your breath, or try and notice where you feel your breath the most, in your chest or your nose or somewhere else. Or you can pay attention to all the other feelings in your body. Some of the other ones that we've done the past couple weeks are, you can pay attention to sounds. Notice if there's any sounds in the building they're in, or maybe outside. See if you hear some birds or some cars or some dogs barking. And the last one you can do if you want an extra challenge is you can try to visualize yourself doing one of the forms, if you know one of our forms. Alright, let's begin. Stretch your spine up big and tall, relax your shoulders, allow your eyes to close, find a nice comfy spot for your hands, and begin. Alright, good job. Thank you for all your hard work meditating with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So now, if you want an extra challenge, and this is especially good for our leadership students, I would encourage you guys to pick another one of these exercises just like we did and try it on your own without video and me helping you. So a couple ways you can do that. My favorite way is to not worry about time at all and just close your eyes and pick an exercise and try it and see how long it feels good to do it. And if you do it for 30 seconds, that's great. If you do it for 20 minutes, that's great too. But however long it feels good to do it, go ahead and try. And then when you're done, you can stop and go about the rest of your day. Or if you want to try a more structured approach, you can try using a stopwatch. And start the stopwatch and then start your exercise and meditate for a while. And then when you feel like you're done or you're distracted or you're losing focus, you can look at your stopwatch and see how long you were able to focus. Or you could set a timer for a minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes and see if you can focus on the exercise until your timer goes off. All right, thanks again. See you next time. Bye.
Okay, excellent job, guys. Let's go ahead and have everybody stand up. We're going to go ahead and bow out. So everybody stand up, go to Chariot here. Let me get the instructors to come with me here too. Okay, so I got Instructor Marie and Instructor Alex here. Everybody face us. Ready? Everybody Chariot. And Kunge. And bow. Good. All right, very good. Okay, now turn and face a family member, brother or sister, or if your parents in the other room, face them. Ready? Chariot. And Kunge. All right, excellent job. Okay, last thing, guys. I'm going to go ahead and unmute people so everybody can say goodbye.